Don't let your dream home turn into a financial nightmare. I'm going to share with you 9 quick tips on how to make sure you don't have cost overruns and you are prepared to stay on budget while building your custom home. So, point number 1 is set a real budget. Determine how much you want to spend on the project right from go up front. Determine what works for you and be prepared to share that number so that you in your planning process can work hand in hand with your builder and know exactly what you're shooting for. 2, set real expectations. So if when you go to any store to buy any product, there's lower end products, middle, high end products, and it doesn't matter what level you're shooting for. What matters is that you understand the level that you're going for and your builder understands the level that you're going for, because to be at an average working person income and budget, which most of us are, and expect multi-million dollar highly custom is going to set an expectation that is not clear for you, and then throughout the course of the project, that's a filter that you and your builder should be seeing all your decisions through. So to have a real expectation of where you're at from start is important. Number 3, choosing a good builder. Choose a builder. Most good builders are just honest people running an honest company, trying to serve their customer at the highest level that they can, and their reputation is important to them, because a good reputation is the foundation for their future, and any good builder knows that, and they're going to serve you with the intent of making sure that you're satisfied at the end of that project. Number 3 would be a thorough plan. It goes hand in hand with clear expectations, a solid budget, and a good builder. A good builder is going to have a real good pre-construction planning process. If you've listened to me for 2 seconds, you know that I am huge on a pre-construction planning process, to the point where I almost don't even want to do a project without one, because there's so many intricacies in a house that if somebody doesn't take the time to consider it, you end up with a bunch of rework when things don't work out. When something as stupid as or small as this faucet, and the sink shape and the windowsill, those 3 things can cause this faucet to not fit in front of this windowsill. And either way, you're either replacing materials when you find out later in the project, or you're having your granite recut to pick a different size or shape sink. And when you get a handful of small things like that, because you didn't have adequate planning on the front end, it turns into big things on the back end. So avoid a builder who wants to just rush you into, give me a retainer to get on our list and sign the contract. You should be going through a thorough planning process on the front end. Again, where your expectations are managed, where your budget is set, where all of those intricacies are thought of ahead of time. It avoids rework, second trips from your trades coming back to fix things, purchasing materials over again, and it provides a level of certainty and clarity that allows the project to be streamlined, and each worker in the project, each installer, each tradesman, to be able to execute what they're there for with certainty, which makes them more productive and keeps everything on track. Changes. Don't rush the planning process. You don't want to make changes midway. Moving a wall 6 inches when the trusses have already been ordered is probably not feasible. So take the time to think through on the front end, and then once you've made your decision, be okay with it. Trust that it's going to work out. If it's something that's really, really means a lot to you, by all means ask, but understand that many changes have like a ripple effect that you may not see, that will produce cost overruns. And if you are going to make those changes for the sake of you and your builder, actually price it out first. But know that if you're going to go through that, that's probably going to stop work, which is going to incur the builder cost, which in turn is going to incur cost back to the end user. Morale. Keep good morale. When you have good planning, you've picked a good builder, you have a good relationship and clear expectations and a clear budget, it makes for good morale and a good relationship on the job site. And anywhere where there's good morale, people function at a higher level. So then every worker that comes into the situation when the morale is good is going to perform at their highest, and altogether the project is going to go better and smoother when you have that good relationship, good morale, good clear expectations, good communication. Be decisive in your decision making. You don't want to drag out decisions, especially like in the planning process when you've already planned the whole framing and structure of the house and you're at the end of the planning and you're trying to plan cabinets and trim and colors and all of that. I understand that that's important decisions, but the longer of a distance there is between, you know, when we've planned and priced this to planned and priced this, a lot can change in that time. So being decisive and then being able to execute quickly is a way to keep things on track for cost. Season. So number 8 is season. Know what season that you're going to be building in. If you're going to be building in the winter, then you got to have contingencies for cold weather. Rainy season, same. Or plan to have your planning done during the winter months so that you can be ready to build through the summer months when there's less need for contingencies for weather. And cushion. If you've done all of those things and you still feel as though you need cushion, it's not a bad idea to have some cushion at the end of a project. And that way, whatever surprises you get are good surprises rather than bad surprises. Share that cushion with your builder up front. Don't keep it in your back pocket and then try to interject it into the build as you go, because I've seen people do that and they, in the back of their mind, they're saying, I got 50,000 extra that I can upgrade as I go, and I didn't share that number with my builder, and so they're making upgrades as they go, not conscious of what it really costs, and next thing you know, instead of spending 50 grand, they've spent 75, and you end up with a bad relationship at the end. So if you want to have a cushion, share that cushion with your builder, and then when the time comes that you would like to interject off of the original plan, say, hey, could I upgrade this without it affecting anything, and use some of my cushion. Those are 9 points that will save you from having your budget spiral out of control and keep your relationship with your builder good, everybody happy, and you end up with a great outcome that landed on the budget you were hoping for. I'm Robert with Heirloom Custom Homes. Thanks for watching.